Welcome back to the channel. Today's case is one you want to pay close attention to. We're inside a Texas courtroom where Patrick Washington is set for trial. But before we even get into the evidence, there's already a twist. He shows up not dressed for trial. Now, in a courtroom, appearance isn't just about looking sharp. It can literally influence how a jury perceives you. Imagine walking in wearing jail clothes versus a suit. Fair or not, jurors can subconsciously form opinions. And here's the kicker. Washington seems more interested in cutting a deal just to get out faster, while the judge is warning him not to take a plea just for convenience. Stick around, because this moment spirals into a bigger debate about justice, perception, and what really matters in a trial.
If you have another opening.
All right, why isn't he dressed for trial, though?
That's a great question. Everybody else came over dressed. I'm not sure. You have clothes over there, Mr. Washington?
Yes, I do. If y'all ready for trial today, I'm ready.
Okay, this is what I'm going to do. I don't know about this trial that's coming up, whether or not it's going to finish soon or not. So what I will do is I'm going to have you recalled for tomorrow, and we'll have him brought over dressed. Now, Mr. Washington, if this trial actually goes, then I won't be able to try your case, okay?
Yeah, in any way possible. I'm willing to go with the prosecutor deal, but I want to get out today instead of a month and a half.
All right, so here's the thing. I don't like for people, I'm hoping people are not taking agreements just so they can be released from custody.
No, it ain't here. What I'm doing is trying to save the state a little time and state.
Oh, no, here's the thing. Let me just tell you. Don't ever try to save the state time to your detriment. Don't do that.
Yeah.
So what I can tell you is I will have you brought over dressed for tomorrow.
Mhm.
If you decide to enter an agreement with the state or something of that nature tomorrow, then I'll keep the plea deadline date open. Or if you want a bench trial, I'll do a bench
I
trial.
want
Just listen to hear the judge out.
So here's the thing. With bench trials, what ends up happening is a jury doesn't hear the evidence. So it won't be 12 people. I would just hear the evidence. And I would make a decision on whether you're guilty or not guilty based upon the evidence that I hear. What I can tell you is, if the state proves their case beyond a reasonable doubt, I'm going to find you guilty. If they don't prove their case beyond a reasonable doubt, I'm going to find you not guilty. You understand? So that'll be something for you to think
I
about.
want to stay on the jury's side.
Okay. All right. And so here's the other thing, Mr. Washington. Let me explain to you about things that happen at the Bexar County Jail. Sometimes we have people who refuse to come over. And so the deputies have a lot of people to bring over, so they don't bring them over. Then they come to me and they say, that person refused. Then I sign an order saying, hey, no, they need to bring them over here. It's the same thing about people being dressed for trial. When I tell people you have a jury trial date, and I tell the deputy, let them know that the inmates need to be dressed for trial. Well, if you tell a deputy over at the jail, I'm not dressing for trial, they're not going to talk to you and try to force you to put on clothes. The only way you'll have clothes if I send an order and say, hey, they need to be dressed for trial. So the reason why you're not dressed for trial today and everybody else is dressed for trial is because the people at the jail told me that you refused to be dressed. So,
right, because what do it make a difference of whether you're innocent or guilty with clothes?
you know what? I would tell you this. I had a client once, and he was a young client. And I told him, hey, look, I'm going to get you some clothes. I want you to be dressed nice. And he said, I'm not trying to impress anybody. And I told him, it would be different if everybody on that jury were your friend and they knew you. Usually people who are on the jury, they don't know you. And it's like when you get a book. When you look at a book, sometimes you'll look at a book and you say, I don't want to read that book because I don't like the way the cover looks. So you want people to look at you, to be interested in seeing what's going on with you. If you come over from the jail dressed in that uniform with those flip-flops and with handcuffs, a jury, hopefully they will be nice and they will say, you know what, we're going to listen to the evidence. But maybe in the back of their mind, they may be saying, yeah, he did something wrong because look at him. He's dressed in a uniform from the jail. So they're going to know you're in custody. And they're going to say, look at him in chains. He's dressed in chains. So that means maybe he's dangerous and we should be afraid. And they may not even listen to the facts. Do you understand? So when you're asked to be brought over dressed for trial, that's to help you out, okay? So don't tell the deputies you don't want to be dressed. Now, see, then your attorney was thinking, why are you not dressed for trial? And you didn't let your attorney know the reason why you're not dressed is because you refused it.
Well, I don't see it that way. I see it a way of the evidence to give the.
Here's where the cultural clash becomes crystal clear. Washington insists evidence is all that should matter. And in theory, he's absolutely right. But the judge reminds him that juries aren't made up of lawyers. They're everyday people, often with no experience in the criminal system. That means bias, stereotypes, and first impressions do creep into the decision-making process. The judge isn't just lecturing here. She's given Washington a survival guide. Play the game or risk the consequences.
That's what the court should base everything on.
I mean, that's
Not
true.
the clues you
But let me just tell you this. You know what the problem is? They're not going to be attorney. Who knows? Maybe there'll be an attorney on your jury, but there's not going to be any defense attorney. So it's just going to be regular people. And you know what? Usually it's regular people who have never been in trouble and they don't understand about people being in trouble. So you're going to have to make sure that when they ask you to get dressed, that you're dressed, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Will you do that for me?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And then the other thing, if you'll talk to your attorney and make a decision if you want a jury trial or a bench trial. Okay.
You just said you want to.
We'll talk a little bit more after.
All right. So your attorney is here. So you all need to talk about that today, okay?
Is he coming back tomorrow?
He's coming back tomorrow, yes.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Good afternoon, Judge.
Good afternoon.
Looks like we're gonna need a trial, Judge.
All right. Need a jury trial date? Jury trial? No, I need a jury trial date, 3 days. All right, June 16th.
June
Thank you.
16th. Okay, Mr. White. Take care.
Your attorney
So
and
here's
make
the
a
bottom
decision
line.
if you want a jury
Patrick
trial or a
Washington
bench
will
trial.
be going to trial,
Okay.
this time dressed appropriately and with a jury set to
All
decide
right,
his
so
fate.
your attorney is here,
The
so
judge
you all
made
need
it
to talk
crystal
about
clear.
that today, okay?
Is he
Appearances,
coming back tomorrow?
choices, and
He's coming
strategy
back tomorrow,
all
yes.
matter
Okay.
just as much as the law itself.
All right, thank you.
What do you think? Was the judge right to
Judge.
hammer down on
welcome.
the importance of dressing for trial, or should evidence alone be the deciding
Good
factor?
afternoon.
Drop your thoughts
Looks
in
like
the
we're gonna need a
comments
trial,
below.
Judge.
And if you
Alright,
found this
need a
breakdown
jury trial
eye-opening,
date?
make sure to
Jury
hit
trial?
that like
No,
button,
I need a jury
share this
trial date,
video
3
with a
days.
friend, and subscribe to the channel for
Alright,
more
June 16th.
jaw-dropping
Thank you.
courtroom moments and legal insights.